New year, new trader. Stay tuned. Hey guys, warm welcome to you. All right, so as we come to the end of the year, it's a good time to take stock of where you are as a trader, how your performance has been in the previous year, and to think about your plan moving on to the year ahead. Now, for many traders who are going through the curve, the question of increasing profitability isn't on the cards yet. You're not in a situation where you have profitability, or if it's very small, and maybe you look at the numbers and you go, oh, it's been a bad year, I've lost money, this, that, and the other, and that's fine. But I want you to push that to one side for now. And this applies obviously, if you're a kind of more experienced trader and you're kind of putting in a profitable year and you're comparing your profitability compared to previous years or whatever it may be. But even if you're not there yet, forget about the P&L number. What we're trying to do here is we're trying to assess objectively your performance and put a plan of action moving forward. Now, if you're coming to the end of the year and it's not been a great year for you, it's a time to kind of maybe just step back. Don't try and get the year back now. Don't try and swing for the fences and hope that something goes right. Just accept the situation, but recognize you've put a lot of effort in, you've learned a lot, and with the right focus and the right kind of plan, things can be better next year for you. So some of the things we want to look at is, what did you do well? Let's start with the good things. Even if you've had a bad year and you've struggled on the year, you will have done something well. It's pretty unlikely you've gone all through that year. And yes, if you kind of measure your success on your P&L, you might be feeling pretty despondent about things. But forget about that and just focus on what you've done. Maybe you've been good at journaling. Maybe you've been good at pulling the trigger, which you struggled on before. Maybe you've got a better understanding of price action. Maybe you've done a lot of study. Maybe you've done a lot of screen time. Maybe you're very good at kind of taking your stop losses. There'll be something you've improved on. And it can be hard to kind of weed that out of what's seemingly a big mess. But if you can do that, you can show that you've actually improved, and without looking at kind of your P&L for the year as the success marker. So starting with that, and be objective and take some time with this, guys. It's worth it. It's worth sitting down, spending half a day, even a couple of days, completely on your own, thinking about this, looking at your charts, looking at your records, looking at your journals, and just taking your time with this process is worth doing. So what do you do well? Then what needs improvement? So, this is where you're kind of looking at and going, right, things haven't gone well. Things have not gone as good as they could have done. This is what I did well, but what do I really need to work on? And you're going to know yourself. You're like, okay, it's my discipline, it's my overtrading, I'm not pulling the trigger, whatever it may be. And, we're going to look at solutions for that into the new year, and we're not more series of videos. We're still going to have plenty of videos to work from, plenty of historical videos as well to look at. But this point is just to identify these actual challenges, not to overthink how we get over them, but just to identify them. And then it's where can you focus your efforts on for maximum ROI? So this one is basically saying, right, I've got these series of challenges, which many kind of developing traders have. You've got many things you're trying to overcome. Now the key for you as the kind of leader of your trading business is to go, if I nailed that one, if I got that fixed, that would have the biggest impact on my profit and loss. And that could be over trading, it could be trading on tilt, very common one that has very heavy damage to your account, any of these things. So that's the one that you're going to focus on. That's the one that's going to give you the best return on investment. And then you can do the process again, the process again, the process again. So where can you focus your efforts on for the maximum ROI? And this is not necessarily not the market, but this is a kind of a way of approaching trading. It's your discipline, it's your analysis, it's your journaling, it's whatever, one of those kind of things, an operational consideration if you like. And then we've got where's the hidden danger. So this is often overlooked. You might have gone through your trading and maybe not had a great year, or maybe you've had an okay year, or whatever the number may be, but there's a hidden danger in that. And what I mean by this is maybe you've got away a couple of times with trading on tilt, maybe you've got away a couple of times with taking too much size over earnings or something, or maybe you've done a few risky things that you've got away with. But if you're honest with yourself and you look at things objectively, that's dangerous. There's a hidden danger there. So we don't want to sweep this under the carpet. And a common one, let's use an example of trading on tilt. Trading on tilt, like you're a day trader, you get extra angry, you start trading more frequently, you start trading more size, and maybe you've had a big drawdown, then you recover, and you've done that a few times, you know, in a year, you've got away with it. You know in your heart that actually now and then you're not going to get away with it, and that's going to do some serious damage to your account. So it's worth just recognizing that and then putting that at the forefront of your plan to avoid getting into that situation again, if there is a hidden danger, which there probably is, guys. If you're objective and you're looking at this, and what I always like to say is this: imagine you are employing you as a trader. You know, if they were trading your money, you give them, I don't know, £750,000 worth of your money to trade with. You're like, right, where's the danger in this? You're going to want to identify it. So there's that. And where do you want to be in Q2? So in other words, at the end of Q1 next year, what do you want to be? You're not going to suddenly fix every problem. Listen, you've got to face that fact. It's not going to suddenly work for you and everything clicks straight away. But if you can identify, you know, the one that needs the biggest kind of domino, if you like, to fall, and work on that, you know, what would it look like in Q2 for you if you fixed that? If you fixed the overtrading, if you fixed the discipline issue, if you fixed this, how would your trading look? And a good way of kind of seeing that is to go, all right, look at my results. If I hadn't had those bad days, or if I hadn't had these kind of slip ups and lack of discipline, and I took away maybe my top 10 losing days, where would I be? Or top 10 losing weeks, if you're a swing trader, where would I be? Oh, P&L looks much healthier. Okay, well, that's potentially where you could be, what your results could be looking like if you cracked this nut, if you dealt with that. And so that gives you the kind of carrot, if you like, and thinking about where you want to be with this in terms of, this is not in terms of P&L, this is in terms of you as a trader and how you're operating, how you're feeling about your trading, because the P&L will flow after that. And then it's, what's your plan to get there? So it's all very well doing all this, it's all very well kind of thinking about where you want to be, but what's your plan going to be? And this is where you take the time to go into detail about your trading plan. You take the time to think about markets you're going to trade, the strategies you're going to trade, the hours you're going to trade, your journaling process, your preparation process, all the stuff that, you know, kind of comes on the periphery that makes the trader and that makes the actual clicking the button, which is the simplest part, guys, you know, much easier for you and much more disciplined and much better, and hopefully much better results. So something to think about, guys. New year, new trader. It's worth spending the time. You know, in this time when the markets start to unwind towards the end of the year, it's worth setting out some time if you can. Everyone's busy with families and all the different things, stuff going on, but it's worth trying to carving out a bit of time just to go through, rather than having another year, rather than thinking at the New Year's Eve going, my trading's not where I want it to be, rather than having that again next year and again the next year and again next year. Just take action and go, right, this is the year that you're going to change things. I'm not going to try to make money. I'm not going to kind of push too hard. I'm going to go back to basics. I'm going to look, I'm going to see, use the evidence of my previous year's trading, and I'm going to take that as data and work on something next month, the next month, the next month. Incremental change. If I can crack that biggest nut, then my improvement's going to be huge. And the next one, the next one, the next one. And then at the end of next year, you be sitting at the end of the year going, you know what? It worked. You know, my P&L's looking nice. I've had a good year in trading. Things are finally starting to pick up. Take care, guys. See you next one. Bye-bye.